Who is the highest paid player in NBA history? Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, or Kevin Durant? Michael Jordan was the first NBA player to sign a contract worth over $20 million in 1996. His contract soared to a record-breaking $30 million. Jordan held the highest-paid NBA player record for 15 years. Kobe Bryant became the second player to reach this milestone when the 2013-14 season began, and LeBron became the third. Stephen Curry became the first player to earn $40 million per year when he signed a record 5-year contract worth $201 million in 2017.
On Friday, November 19, 2004, during the Pacers-Pistons game, a massive fight occurred. Reporters nicknamed the fight what? Malice at the Palace. Pistons punching. Pacers pummeling. On Friday, November 19, 2004, at the Palace, Pistons center Ben Wallace attempted a layup shot, but was fouled from behind by Pacers small forward Ron Artest. A furious Wallace then shoved Artest, and a fight broke out on the court between players of both teams. After the fight was broken up, a fan in the stands threw a drink at Artest while he was lying on the scorer's table to cool himself down. Artest immediately charged after the fan, sparking a massive brawl between players and spectators that stretched from the seats down to the court and lasted several minutes. The brawl was dubbed the Malice at the Palace. What is the minimum salary for players in the NBA? $550,000. $1,550,000. $925,000. The minimum salary for players in the NBA is $925,000. Who has the most dunks in NBA history? Shaq, LeBron, or Dwight Howard? As of the making of this video, Dwight has 2,910 dunks, which is the most in NBA history. Shaquille O'Neal is in second place with 2,626, and LeBron has 1,948. How much money does the NBA make per year? $2.32 billion. $8.76 billion. $500 million. Usually, the NBA generates about $8.76 billion in revenue annually. Which player has the most technical fouls during one season in the NBA? Rasheed Wallace, Boogie Cousins, Dennis Rodman. During the 2000 to 2001 season, Wallace received 41 technical fouls in 80 regular season and postseason games combined, which earned Wallace the record for the most technical fouls received during one season in the NBA. Who won the first NBA championship? The Warriors, the Boston Celtics, or the Lakers? The Lakers won the inaugural NBA championship in 1950. How many teams are in the NBA? 50 teams, 40 teams, 30 teams. There are 30 teams in the NBA. Which NBA player has won the most championships? Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Michael Jordan. Bill Russell won 11 championships with the Boston Celtics, an NBA record. How many players are drafted into the NBA each year? 80 players, 30 players, 60 players. There are 2 rounds in the draft. Each of the 30 NBA teams has a pick in each round, meaning every year 60 players are drafted. Who won the first slam dunk contest in the NBA? Michael Jordan, Julius Erving, Wilt Chamberlain. On January 27, 1976 at McNichols Sports Arena during halftime of the 1976 All-Star Game, the first ever slam dunk contest was held, which was won by Julius Erving. How many NBA teams are in California? 2, 1, or 4? California makes up 13% of the entire NBA league with 4 teams. California currently has the Los Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings. How many NBA teams have never won a championship? 7, 9, or 11? More than 33% of the teams in the NBA has yet to win a chip. 11 franchises have been taking L's since they were established. The 11 NBA teams that have never won an NBA championship are the New Orleans Pelicans, the Charlotte Hornets, the Clippers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Memphis Grizzlies, the Denver Nuggets, the Pacers, the Magic, the Phoenix Suns, the Utah Jazz, and the Brooklyn Nets. Who has the most blocks in NBA history? Hakeem Olajuwon, Dikembe Mutombo, or Patrick Ewing? Hakeem Olajuwon has 3,830, which is more than anyone else including Dikembe Mutombo, who has a career-high 3,289 blocks. Which coach has won the most NBA championships? Greg Popovich, Phil Jackson, or Pat Riley? Phil Jackson won 6 titles with the Chicago Bulls and 5 titles with the Los Angeles Lakers for a total of 11 NBA championships, the most in NBA history. Jackson is the only coach who coached Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He is also the only coach in the NBA who has won multiple championships with more than one team. How many players are on each team? 15 players, 17 players, or 20 players? Each NBA team can have a maximum of 15 players, 13 of which can be active each game. Who had the longest NBA career? Dirk Nowitzki, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett. Vince Carter played 22 seasons in the NBA, the longest in history. He entered the NBA in 1998 and retired in 2020. How many fouls does it take to foul out of an NBA game? 5, 6, or 8? It takes 5 fouls to foul out in college and high school, 6 fouls in the NBA. Who has scored the most points in one NBA game? Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant. Wilt Chamberlain has scored the most points in one NBA game. He scored 100 points for the Philadelphia Warriors in a 169-147 win over the New York Knicks on March 2, 1962. Kobe holds second place when he scored 81 points on January 22, 2006 against the Toronto Raptors. How many games are in the regular season? 67, 100, 82. There are 82 games in the regular season. The Los Angeles Lakers weren't always located in Los Angeles. What city were they in before they relocated to Los Angeles? San Diego, Houston, Minneapolis. The Lakers were originally the Minneapolis Lakers. They moved to Los Angeles in 1960. Canada currently has one NBA team, the Toronto Raptors. Previously they had 2 NBA teams. What was the name of Canada's second NBA team? Alberta Warriors, Vancouver Grizzlies, Montreal Jazz. The Vancouver Grizzlies was established in 1995 as part of the NBA's expansion into Canada. After the 2000-2001 season, the Grizzlies left Canada and moved to Memphis, Tennessee, and was renamed the Memphis Grizzlies. Which player is the NBA logo? Jerry West, Jordan, or Kobe? Jerry West, who only won 1 championship and 1 MVP, is the NBA logo because in 1969, the NBA hired a brand consultant to design a new logo. The consultant sorted through photos of players and selected one of West. Not because West was a big star, but because the consultant, Alan Siegel, liked the image. Who invented basketball? John Baskett, LeVar Ball, or James Naismith? James Naismith invented the game of basketball in 1891, and he wrote the original 13 rules. By comparison, the NBA rules now is 66 pages. What year was the NBA established? 1929, 1969, or 1949? The NBA was established August 3, 1949. Who was the youngest player to reach 30,000 points? MJ, LeBron, or Kobe? On December 5, 2012 against New Orleans, Bryant became the youngest player at 34 years and 104 days in league history to score 30,000 points. A few years later in 2017, LeBron became the youngest to reach 30,000 points when he was 33 years and 24 days old. Like, comment, subscribe.